Okay, Norm, we're gonna get ready to go in the dining room, okay? All right. So this is the harness that I put under my dad to pick him up with the Hoyer lift. And for anyone who's taking care of someone who's bedbound, you use it just like you use the pads, the chuck pads that are under them that you move them with. So my dad is gonna roll. My dad's capable of rolling still most of the time. But if not, you can pull him up with the chuck pads, and I could roll him. There are days that he's not coherent enough to help out, but today he's pretty coherent, so it's gonna help out. Right, Norm? Okay. So I'm gonna put half of the harness under him, and I want it up so the middle of the harness is gonna be under the middle of his back. This top part of the harness I want to make sure is going to cradle his head, so that's how I figure out the height. Norm, roll this way. Here we go. Grab the bars, roll this way. So now I'm going to lift up the chuck pads that are under him, and I'm going to pull the harness out. Alright. Okay, lay flat, Norm. Lay flat. I'm gonna put your arms over here. I'm gonna pull the harness a little towards me to get you in the center. There we go. Okay, you're good, Norm. You're good. So I'm gonna bring the Hoyer lift in now. So this is the Hoyer lift, and it is a big piece of wrought iron. So there's 4 straps, 1 on each corner of the harness. And what I'm going to do is there's a valve here that releases air, and it drops down the Hoyer lift. And then we're going to hook the top and the bottom straps it definitely helps to have a hospital bed and an electric one. I mean, you can have a manual one, but so right now I'm going to pump the lift up, which is going to start lifting my dad up. So I'm at the top of how high the lift goes. So now I'm going to lower the bed. Okay, I'm going to move the camera around this side so you can see. Okay, so I'm going to drop the bed rail down. Okay. And I'm going to slide my dad's feet off the bed. Unlock the Hoyer lift. And then you're going to turn my dad so we can fit through the doorway. Okay, so we just fit through the doorways. Okay. So when I get to the position where I'm gonna drop him or lower him into the chair, I lock the legs. There's a handle here that opens the legs wide enough so that it can now move his wheelchair or his broder chair in between the legs. So I'm going to lock that chair in place. Now that's in the back of the harness, I'm just going to pull his seat towards the chair, which is not going to be perfect, but it's okay. We're going to position him afterwards. I'm going to slowly undo the valve, lower the Hoyer lift, close the valve, undo the straps. And I always make sure to crank the Hoyer lift back up so that when I pull it away I don't inadvertently hit my dad in the head, because this is solid wrought iron, so it's pretty heavy. Chair back. Okay, so you can see he's in his, this is a broder chair. It's a little different than a wheelchair. It's actually a little more comfortable than a wheelchair. So I'm going to tip him back so I can position him because he's not really fully in the seat. And what I'm going to do is take the blue harness, which was the Hoyer lift harness, and I use that to position him. And then we're gonna sit them up. Good job moving. Okay.